Alrighty, everyone. Welcome back to another round of Grand Tactician Civil War. As always, picking up right where we left off. And been doing some reviewing of some of my previous videos, and I have noticed something. We have been working steadily to increase the numbers of most, not all, but most of our armies. But one we seem to have forgotten is the Department of Ohio. And I think they really could use some extra troops. Um, so we're going to start looking at giving them some extra troops. Um, Now, obviously, not all of these are going to be able to be from Ohio um, for a number of reasons, but we are going to try to get these in the same rough theater as always, like we do with everyone. So, yeah. Okay. Just got them some good stuff. So we could get this trade warfare, which would make our blockades more effective. And I think I'll go for it because specifically because we are trying to really blockade at least a decent amount of the Confederacy, right? So increasing the effectiveness of what we're doing is always a good idea. I also noticed that with our auto managing of um, a lot of this stuff, we are not getting um, our farm mechanization going. Now, part of that is because I hit Cornus King again, right? So partly that's mine. That's partly my fault. But it is something I want to take a look at because we really do want to get that farm mechanization going. Um, it's just a big deal, right? Um, because it'll help with our ability to feed our troops, um, and get us more volunteers at the same time. So it's both good for keeping people in the field, but also being able to have armies. So um, it is something we need. But for now, I'm going to go ahead and unpause it. And you can see that result of that battle right there. I'm not sure if the Army of the Northwest over here with the Confederates is going to hit or not. Um, but assuming that they do not, I think would be a little foolish. That being said, I'm going to go ahead and have the Department of Pennsylvania cross the river. It's been a long time coming. I don't know that we will get to Richmond, but it's worth it. And put a break in here. Well, it looks like they're falling back. I wonder if they were there just to try and keep us from reinforcing. All right, we're gonna wait until May 1st just to kind of finish up the month of March. Then I think we're gonna be a little adventurous and see what the Department of Ohio can do in Tennessee. I'm thinking that we go down to hit Chattanooga just to see what these two guys do, and if they start to come this way, we swing back up to attack them. But you know what? Let's go by river as well. See if we can't sneak a march on them. I think. I guess there's not a port there for us to jump in the river. Interesting. I learned something new today. All right. Um, okay, so they did a lot less damage than I was afraid they were going to do there. So that's fantastic. All right, and now we're in the process of taking Chattanooga. I'm not sure what to think. I still think that this is a trap to try and take Fort Smith, right? Especially now that they have a fort over there. Um, they really don't like our blockades, especially now that we've put some effort into improving those. I am all good with them not liking our blockades. I am all good with that. Needs to work. Anyway, what I was saying was, I think that trying to take Fort Smith here is a trap. Um, but our financial situation doesn't really allow, I don't think, for me to bring more troops. Um, build another army. But market reform would be really nice. Yeah, we will immediately take that. And the reason that is, like, remember way back episode one, and then I'm not sure what the next episode we did was, but then the episode not too awfully long ago where we did some more markets. All of those just got better with that market reform. That should help with our money issues here in the short or in the long term. We'll see what they do short term. Alright, so Chattanooga is ours. I'm gonna let them rest for a little bit, but I think we'll try and swing around and approach Nashville from the rear, and that will give us a quite large amount of control over Tennessee, which will be good for us. Um, yeah. Other thing I want to do is I want to go ahead and bring the Army of New York down. Man, they are really hammering at our fleets here. We're doing fine, we're winning, but they don't like the fact that we are blockading effectively. Apparently, shame on us. Let's not stop though. All right. So they're coming. I think they're probably gonna try and come for Knoxville. That's what I would guess. All right, and we're gonna pause briefly just to check on the status because, goodness gracious, I don't know what they're well, I say I don't know. We all know. We're blockading them. So that's hurting their economy. It's been a little bit since we checked the overall strategy. So let's see how our national morale is better, national support is better. Morale of the armies is basically even. They do finally have more men than us again. Not by a lot. But that does tell us why they're so adamant about removing that blockade. Like we think we're having money issues. Like I can't imagine what their money issues are. Um, Having fewer states, a smaller economy to begin with, but more troops while also being blockaded. Yeah, that's gotta hurt. So, all right, good to keep an eye on that. I know, and I can almost hear you guys saying, and I thought we were going this way to capture Nashville, but you know, in reality, we also want to make sure, like, our goal is not to capture cities, though that helps, right? Our goal is to destroy their armies, make it where they can't effectively fight. That's our goal every time. Um, Taking cities means that they have less supplies and less ammunition and so on and so forth. And so those are why those objectives are there. But our goal is really just to destroy their armies. Yep, they're going for Nashville or for Knoxville. So yeah, that might be something we don't keep doing. We have plenty, plenty of rifle muskets right now. So okay, so our Feed Europe just finished, right? So trade is going to go up. Our relations with Europe went up pretty good, so that's good. I think it's time we looked into that and just see what we can really do about trying to stem the tide of financial issues. Well, all right. Florida didn't want any part of the Department of Ohio, which I can't blame them, right? 5,000 men versus almost 30,000 men. Like, yeah, let's take off the risk of travel. I like that they're moving off the roads there. That's interesting. This one I think is going to be an interesting one, folks, because we're out in the middle of nowhere. It says we're near Fayetteville, Arkansas. Been to Fayetteville. Uh, Went spelunking up in Devil's Den. It's a good time. But as far as the campaign map is concerned, it's out in the middle of nowhere. So, I think we will end our episode here, right on the eve of battle. We've been doing a lot of really long ones, so I'm going to try and keep this one a little bit shorter. And I will see you all next time. Dragonheart, signing off.